Okay, cover your desk in newspaper, get a board or a bit of card, roll up your sleeves, apron, tie your hair back, tuck your tie in, keep everything out the way. You're gonna have a lump of clay, don't overhandle it. Okay, first things you need to do are look at your design in your sketchbook, then start shaping it. So this design here is quite oblong, so I've got quite a good square shape. Use your fingers to push and mould the clay, and then push in on the back, okay? Because you don't want the clay to be too thick and heavy. It will take too long to dry out and it's more likely to crack, okay? So you can see here I'm pushing in and creating a well, okay? So I've got the basic shape from the front. From this design here, okay, the student has got two horns. This is called pinch and pull. And the reason you pinch and pull and don't add the horns on is so you don't have a join. Because any join on clay is going to be weak and it's more likely to break. So all I'm doing here is pinching and pulling up the clay with my fingers and thumb. Okay, as the clay gets thinner, it may crack slightly. Just be gentle and mould it and shape it, okay? So you can see here, pinching and pulling the clay, pushing that up, okay, to form the shape, okay? Right, for the eyes, I can push those in, use your thumbs, they're stronger. I can push these in from the side, and then I'm also forming the nose at the same time. So I'm kind of then going to push that and shape that out. Again, shape the clay. You might want to push some up from the bottom to make the nose bigger. Okay, if you want to make nostrils, use your finger or a pencil, have a good push. And then what you can do is refine it. So for instance, if you wanted to have big bushy eyebrows like that, you can scrape and push those up, again using the pinch and pull technique. If the clay gets a bit hard, what you can do is get a brush or just dab your finger in, or get a water pot and dab your finger in. Okay, so you've got your basic shape. I now need to start making the mouth. Again, using the fingers, using the pads of the fingers to shape it. You can see there I'm starting to get that shape now, okay? The next step, once you've got the basic shape, is starting to refine, starting to smooth the clay over and starting to add the detail. So for instance, this nose is really bumpy, so just use the pad of one of your fingers, smooth the clay down, shape it. Okay. The next technique that you can use is you can use sgraffito. Okay, it's a mixture of scratching and graffiti. So you're literally scratching into the clay to create surface texture. Okay, you'll get little bumps. Just brush off the excess clay that you don't want. Okay, so for instance, I might want to draw circles around the eyes and patterns on the cheek, but leave the sgraffito till when you're probably one of the last things that you do. So if you want to join two pieces of clay together, you use the technique scratch and slip. Okay, so what you need to do, get a little bit of excess clay, get a little thumb pot going. Okay, so just put your thumb or your finger inside the ball of clay. You then get a brush with some water and just get some really wet clay. That is slip. Slip is wet, runny clay. Okay, you then get a piece of clay. So if I want to add an eyeball into the socket, you scratch the surface where you want to attach it, you scratch the part that you want to join. Then put wet clay, put the slip onto the surfaces, okay? Then press that down, okay? You scratch it because you want to create friction, and the slip is like glue, okay? You want to make sure that you've got no air bubbles, so that friction helps with that. So press it down gently, don't push right down into it, press with the pad of your finger, and then get the slip again, and then go round it, so you're really sealing the edges with the slip, okay? And that should not fall off, okay? And then you can start smoothing the surface and refining your gargoyle.